Hey guys, what's going on? Back at it again for video 3 in my 6-part Army Combat Fitness Test video series. Today we're going to go over the Sprint Drag Carry, arguably the most functional event that they came up with for the ACFT. The only thing that they probably could have done is add more equipment to it. That's a joke. There is enough equipment to go around for this one. But the good thing is, with all of the moving parts in it, you can break them up individually and train those and put it all together on game day, test day, whatever you want to call it, and go out there and crush it. So the simplest thing to start with is the sprinting. So you have to sprint over and back to start the test, and you have to sprint over and back to end the test. The distance, 25 meters out, 25 meters back. Be sure you touch the line with your foot in your hand. Don't waste any time. That's going to be something that you can shave some extra seconds off just by not wasting time or missing a line and having to run back. So just be sure, take that extra step just to make that hand and that foot both touch so the grader sees it, so you don't have any issues there. The easiest way to train that, honestly, is doing 300-meter shuttles. USASOC uses the 300-meter shuttle as one of their performance metrics. We used it when I worked at Thor 3. So that probably would have been the simplest exercise or simplest event that they could have put in the ACFT, just because there's no equipment involved outside of some cones and some stopwatches. You already have the stopwatches, so it would have just made more sense to do that one. But like, I get it, like, it's probably not as functional as like dragging a sled and carrying kettlebells, so cool, we'll just roll with it. But doing 300-meter shuttles, just those alone, if you don't have any equipment and no way to train for the ACFT without equipment, like a 300-meter shuttle will get you better at the sprint drag carry. It's hitting your anaerobic energy system. So that's that, like, oh God, my legs feel like they're filled with cement and they can't move anymore. You get dead-legged. That's what you get out of it's the lactic acid buildup, and you'll feel that during the actual sprint drag carry, especially when you get to pulling that sled backwards. But adding some 300-meter shuttles into your weekly training is a good idea. Once a week is probably enough, but if you want to do it twice, that's gonna be okay. I'd spread them out by a couple days. The thing being with that is you want to work on maybe either adding more 300-meter shuttles or work on, like, you're just going to do 2 of them. Okay, so you do a 300-meter shuttle, you rest, you do another 300-meter shuttle. The rest component is going to be the thing that you would manipulate if you're only going to be doing 2 of the tests. The way to get better at a 300-meter shuttle is you have to really, truly try to run it as hard and as fast as you can. If you do it and then you rest, and then you do your second one, and your second rep is faster than your first rep, you sandbagged on your first one. Physiologically, your second rep will always be slower, unless you're blood doping, okay? But that's what you have to do. That is the biggest piece of advice I can give you with the 300-meter shuttle, is running it all out as hard as you can. Even if, like, you hit the wall and your legs turn to cement, the more you do it, the more you practice it week after week, you're gonna get better, your body will adapt, you'll be faster. So easy way to start, run one. If it takes you, let's say 90 seconds, rest 6 times that. So take 90 seconds, multiply it by 6, rest that many seconds, and then run your second one. Let's say do that for 2 weeks, then cut it down to, okay, I'm gonna only rest 5 times how long it takes me. And then I'm only going to rest 4 times, and then 3 times, and just try to get it down to just resting double what it takes you. And if you get to that level and you can repeat them and have them pretty close in time, you're doing pretty well. If you're running them under 60 seconds, that's flying. You're moving fast. Like, that's good. That's a good time to have. So 300-meter shuttles, great way just to kind of tick all of the boxes, train that anaerobic energy system, and get you moving there. Farmer carries. So you got to carry a pair of kettlebells in the test. A normal farmer carry, I don't have people running with kettlebells. Kind of the risk reward there, like if they trip, they fall, they wrap their teeth around the handle when they fall to the ground. Not a good look. So you're gonna have to move faster with the kettlebells. If you don't have kettlebells to train them with dumbbells. That works as well. A dumbbell is a little bit more of a challenge in the sense because you have the weight outside your thumb and outside your pinky, whereas a kettlebell, it's right underneath your knuckles. So you don't have as much like wrist wiggle as you do with a dumbbell. If you don't have kettlebells, if you don't have kettlebells that are 40 pounds, obviously you got to do your best, right? So you got to use what you have available to you. But if you have some bands, I'll put a link in the below. I like doing banded farmer carries. So instead of holding the handle of the kettlebell, you actually hold like a jump stretch band, and it taxes your grip substantially more, and it makes it harder if you're limited on the weight that you can use. But if you're doing farmer carries, you know, like one in each hand, 2 kettlebells, or even if you're doing single arm, you should be working with 40 pounds at the absolute lightest, and you should be trying to get as heavy as you can with these. Carrying the heavier weight, it's going to be easier when you get to the test and you're only carrying 40 pounds. And same thing, if you don't have kettlebells and all you have is dumbbells, you know, work up to using heavier dumbbells. And when you get to the test, it's going to feel like you're cheating. If you only ever do farmer carries with dumbbells and then you get to the test and it's kettlebells, it's going to be a lot easier for you. The thing with the kettlebells, you don't have to touch your hand to the line, you just got to get your foot to the line. So same thing there. Make sure you get your foot to the line. Touch the line, make sure the grader sees that you touch the line, and then get back. And when you get back, set them down. Don't toss them to the ground, because if you do, they make you stop, stand them back up. So just take that extra second there, set them down gently, and then get moving into the next piece. For the lateral shuffle, I would just add some lateral shuffling into your dynamic warm-up. I have a dynamic warm-up, I'll link to it. It's just a good thing to do anyways. You're moving laterally. So some people, you don't want to cross your feet because you'll get tangled up and you might fall down. Then there you go, there you're losing time. When you get to the line, touch it with your foot, touch it with your hand, make sure they see you, and then get away from the line as quick as you can. It's like playing hot potato. You don't want to stay stuck at the line. Like, you catch that potato, you want to get rid of it as quick as you can before the time stops, because you don't want to get stuck with the hot potato. So touch the line and get away from it. Pretend it's lava, like quick hit and go. Change of direction drills are really good at training that lateral component and that just getting away from a line. That's why it's called change of direction. So sometimes you'll see it abbreviated as COD drills. Doesn't mean Call of Duty drills. It means change of direction drills. Even though probably now on the internet it probably actually means Call of Duty drills. But maybe I'll see you out there in the war zone sometime. But change of direction drills. There's probably thousands out there. The 5-10-5 shuttle that they use in the NFL Combine is a great test. The T drill is a great one. Even just setting 4 cones up 5 yards apart and sprinting to one, shuffling to one, backpedaling, sprinting, like you can do a variety of different drills. I got an agility drill PDF. I'll link to it below as well. That way you guys can download it, use it. Hopefully it can help you out some. But add in some drills like once, twice a week. The good thing is too, it improves your balance, it improves your coordination, and then having those things being better with your coordination and your balance, your change of direction, the likelihood of you getting hurt comes way down. It's the people that have a hard time doing agile things are usually people that get hurt, fall down. So the better you can get at that, the better you're going to be, the healthier you're going to be. Rest is a big component with that. So similar to like the 300-meter shuttle, these are like max effort things, so you can rest longer. You can either rest as needed, or you can sit there and like if you do one of them, it takes you 20 seconds. Like same thing, rest 6 times as long, or rest 60 seconds, rest a minute. Just give yourself rest so you can put maximum effort out. 5 to 10 reps through is a good thing. Do it before training. Great little warm up after you do your dynamic warm up and your pre-hab and stuff. Throw in some agility drills twice a week. Will definitely help. Most of the on-base gyms have a little bit of turf, so you can kind of like section off a little bit for yourself to kind of hit it. Let's see, what else? Oh, the sled, duh. So if you've never dragged a sled, never pushed a sled, there's obviously a wide variety of sleds. There's a specific sled that's used for the ACFT, but a lot of it depends on the surface area that you're dragging that thing on, with how it feels and how it makes your legs feel and how hard or how easy it can be. So that's something that you need to get your hands on and try actually using the sled that you're going to be using. Load it with 90 pounds, see what it feels like, and then if you're at the gym on post, feel out those sleds, because some of those sleds, like, you can put 180 pounds on it and it will feel substantially lighter than the 90 pounds that you'll feel when you're doing the actual ACFT. Those are a good like finisher that you can add to your workouts or your training sessions, like 2 times a week. Drag a sled over and back, and practice that distance. Practice going a little bit further. Practice that turnaround. That's somewhere where you can lose a little bit of time. Now, you got to get the whole sled over the line, so make sure you get the sled all the way over the line before you start heading back in the other direction, because same thing, you're going to waste time. So get it all the way over, and then as you're going, because you have to pass the sled to start heading back the other way, make sure you get the sled turned with you before you start going the other way. Don't just start going the other way and then the sled has to yank and turn. That'll slow you down. So get it turned. It's just like a quick little simple thing that you can do to save you a second or two there. But really, like, that's the same thing. Like, just getting some more exposure to the things that you're going to have to do is going to help immensely with this. If you don't have access to a sled, but say you have access to an air bike, like a Airdyne or an assault bike or the Rogue Echo bikes, one of those things, if you've ever been on that, I'm sure like you have experienced like your legs feeling like absolute cement. Similar, if you think of how long it's going to take you to drag the sled over and back, like, it's going to be under 30 seconds. It should be under 30 seconds. Hopefully it's under 30 seconds. So that's just something you can simply do, training that like time domain. So get on an air bike, max effort for 30 seconds, give yourself a 2-minute break, and then hit another 30 seconds. Give yourself a 2-minute break, hit another 30 seconds, give yourself a 2-minute break, end a workout, end a training session with a couple rounds of that, like hit 3 rounds and the next week hit 4, and next week hit 5. You'll start to feel like what it truly feels like, your legs turning to cement. With all of that being said, the leg tuck is the event right after the sprint drag carry. So, that being said, it is important to train those components of the sprint drag carry, or train the sprint drag carry, and then work on some of your leg tuck work. Because it's going to feel totally different doing all of those tests and then going into the leg tuck. So, just be aware of that. Be aware of the order of the tests and everything. But yeah, I mean, so that's the sprint drag carry in a nutshell. Be sure you're getting in some farmer carries, 2-arm, 1-arm, dumbbells are okay. Using bands, I'll link to that, like I said. Adding some 300-meter shuttles. Yes, I get that the test is only 250 meters. Just do a 300, like, you're gonna be fine, okay? Get a couple of those in a couple times a week will help. If you don't have access to a sled, get on an air bike, hit some anaerobic, hit some shitty stuff on an air bike to kind of get that feel. And then change of direction drills. Throw those in once or twice a week at the beginning of a workout. You're usually going to be fresher, and it helps prepare you for the training that you're about to get doing. So if you have any questions, you can hit me up in the comments. I answer everything. You can shoot me an email, gpshumanperformance@gmail.com. Or if you're just looking like, hey, I don't want to have to worry about it, what should I do? I have a 12-week ACFT train-up program on TrainHeroic. That's linked below as well. But I hope this can help. Like, share, comment, let me know. If you got any questions, hit me up. See you.